The National Day of Remembrance for Murder Victims is held annually on September 25th. It is a time for relatives to share recollections of their loved ones who lost their lives to violence and honor their memories.
I lost my husband 2010, August 27, hit and run, no closure. But the one that hit me hard when I lost my son at 2/20/21, 2nd of March 2010. My son's name was Hewitt Brown. My husband's name was Robert Richards.
Dorian Algavis Blake, taken from us too young at the age of 20.
Each year, countless men, women, and children become victims of violence.
I'm here along with my family to remember our son who was gunned down to gun violence, which is Barricky George, on 2019, March 20th, 6 days away from his 23rd birthday. This is a day that we'll never forget, and we do not wish it on anyone else.
Members of the Virgin Islands Department of Justice's Victim Services Unit and the Family Resource Center are making sure we honor their memories and their surviving families with a very special ceremony annually.
I am mother to Aaron and Nicholas Hamilton Ashby, who was murdered July 9th, 2020 at the age of 14. He never had an opportunity to walk across any stage for his graduation, for at the time that he was to be promoted from elementary school, the hurricane hit. In his 8th grade year, COVID hit, and shortly after, his life was lost.
The Department of Justice's Victim Services Unit provides support daily to surviving loved ones throughout emotionally difficult court proceedings, and the Family Resource Center is a private nonprofit agency incorporated to establish a counseling program and a shelter for victims of domestic violence and sexual assault.
We remember these victims not just as statistics, but as individuals who brought light into the lives of those who knew them.
We know that nothing can bring back the loved ones we have lost, but we can honor them by working together for a more peaceful and just society. We honor them by remembering their names, their stories, their dreams, and their contributions.
2004, and he died in St. Martin, a victim of gun violence. As a mother, it's like somebody tears your chest open, drags every tentacle of your heart from your body, and then says, now I dare you to go live. So I made a decision that day. I said, well, if I go to the bottom of my feelings, I may never recover. So I started filling my heart with all the good memories and all the love and all the care and all the substance that I had put into this boy for 32 years. Your heart never heals. What you learn is a quiet, powerful way to live with it.
Attorney General Ariel Smith and VI Police Commissioner Ray Martinez are urging members of the community to come forward if they have information that lead to not only arrests to solve the cold cases, but closure for families.
The issues that we face as a territory are collectively all of our issues, and each of us must do our part. Whether that means putting in that call to 911 to tell you you've seen something, whether that means picking up the phone and speaking to a loved one, whether that means stopping someone on the street and just asking how their day is going because you think they may be going through crisis and that crisis may lead to violence. So today I recommit myself to you, and I ask that you do the same to our community.
The Virgin Islands Department of Justice recognizes that at the heart of every murder are mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, cousins, friends, classmates, and children who are orphaned by the loss of a parent.
The night of remembrance is important as we say their names out loud and remember the significance of their lives. The Department of Justice remains committed to working with our law enforcement partners to seek justice in all prosecutions, especially those who have been murdered.
Kiana Barron, her parents are in the back, but it's really hard for them right now. She, I don't know if you guys remember the murder that happened outside of Home Depot in 2021. She was only 20 years old when she was murdered.
I'm standing before you guys along with my adopted sister, Jacqueline Simeon, and my loving brother, Ronald Roberts, whose son was gunned down on April 16, 2020. He was at the age of 27. His name was Shaquille Roberts.
Representing my family, I want to say the name of my uncle, who was a former police officer, Ariel Fret. He was gunned down in his neighborhood that he was raised in as a police officer. It is important that we talk to our community about respecting the people that are here to protect us. I'm also going to say the name of his son, Elon Fret, who was also gunned down in his neighborhood. A young man in his 20s. He has a son, but he was gunned down when his son was a baby. And I'm also going to say the name of my brother, Tyrone Delano Christian, who was murdered somewhere about 1987 when I returned home from college. And it was really the first time as an adult. I was about 22 years old. And that's the first time that I really realized that when people die, that they don't really come back. And that you have to live with just the memories of those persons. I also want to say the name of his son, Tyrone Delano Christian Jr., who was gunned down this summer in Atlanta, Georgia. So, there's a lot that we have to do as a community, but I agree with Ms. Henneman's discussion that she had with us this evening. We have to be real about what's happening in our community, and we have to be real about what's happening with our children.
And we pray that as we gather here today, as a community, we will signal a message to the community that life is precious and to treasure each other. Thank you.